My dear students, I am one of your teachers from Government Girls High School, Vilgam. You are welcome in this class. I am with you today with your social science subject with its geography part. It is from the book India Contemporary. Presently, we are reading its chapter 2, Physical Features of India. For you, I have written a simple definition that what is geography, that you can also see on the screen. Other things are also written on the screen. You can see and read them easily. I have tried to put my today's lecture in the form of question answer, like I have done in so many previous lectures. It is to make the information to the point so that you can easily understand it. I have tried to go in unnecessary lengths because here we have to be within the limits of our syllabus for class 9th for this subject. The question can be seen clearly on the screen. This is rather one of your textual questions. Question number 3. Distinguish between number 1, Bhangar and Khadar. Number 2, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. We have to make a difference between these simply, briefly, and I will try to do that. You can see clearly on the screen. Question number 3, its answer. The required things are distinguished as under. I have tried to give the simple and basic definition of these things, but this we can simply make a difference between these, and this way these things will be distinguished. Bhangar. It lies above flood plains of the river, older alluvium or old soil, and forms the largest part of the northern plains. This is Bhangar. Then Khadar. It is a newer, younger deposit of flood plains. It is renewed every year. Actually, when floods take place in the rivers, the banks of the rivers or the areas neighboring these rivers get these Bhangar and Khadar regions created. Then answers of the second part, the Western Ghats. They lie parallel to the western coast. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. The Western Ghats average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters. It is not 19, it is 900 to 1600 meters. I'll once again read it. The Western Ghats, they lie parallel to the western coast. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. The Western Ghats average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters. The Western Ghats cause orographic rain by facing the rain-bearing moist winds to rise along the western slopes of the Ghats. The height of the Western Ghats progressively increases from north to south. This is about Western Ghats. Then the Eastern Ghats. These lie parallel to the eastern coast. They are discontinuous and irregular. The Eastern Ghats are dissected by rivers flowing into the Bay of Bengal. The Eastern Ghats average elevation is 600 meters. This way, we try to make a difference between these, and by defining them briefly, we got that how these are distinguished. I have also written on the screen, highlighted a point, alluvium. Actually, when we try to define Bhanger and Khadar, it is in regard to this alluvium, a deposit of clay, silt and sand left by flowing flood water in a river valley or delta, typically producing fertile soil. This is what these things mean: alluvium, Khadar, Bhangar, and a part of it is older and a newer. So this way we made a difference between them, defined them. I hope this is sufficient for today. We will be meeting again, inshallah, with more questions, their answers in next lectures. Wishing you all the best. I will be leaving you this time. Take care of your health. Take care of your career, your study, and all that's there important for you. Be in touch with your books. Take all cares. Maintain all SOPs, because we are facing the COVID-19 second wave. Stay home, honor code SOPs, stay safe. Thank you. Bye.